Welcome to our channel. Today we're diving into the top tips for acing the OET speaking test. Now I know some of you might be thinking, the OET speaking test? Easy peasy. But trust me, even the most seasoned healthcare professional can benefit from a little refresher. Whether you're a doctor, a nurse, a pharmacist, or any other healthcare professional looking to work in an English-speaking country, this test is your ticket to success. And hey, even if you're not planning on moving abroad, improving your communication skills is always a good idea. So stick around, because these tips will not only help you ace that test, but also make you a better communicator overall. Now you might be wondering, why should I listen to this hot sauce person? Well, my friend, I've been in your shoes. I know what it's like to be nervous before a big test, to feel the pressure of wanting to perform your best. That's why I've put together these tips, based on my own experiences and the experiences of countless other healthcare professionals who have conquered the OET speaking test. So, let's get started. We're going to break down each tip step by step, giving you actionable advice that you can start implementing today. Remember, practice makes perfect, and the more you prepare, the more confident you'll feel walking into that test room. Alright folks, let's talk about first impressions. They say you never get a second chance to make one, and that couldn't be truer for the OET speaking test. The moment you walk into that room and greet the examiner, the clock starts ticking. That's why it's crucial to start with a strong, confident introduction. Think of it as setting the tone for the rest of the test. Now you don't need to memorize a whole Shakespearean monologue or anything, just keep it simple and professional. Start by greeting the examiner with a smile and a polite, "Good morning, afternoon." Then, state your name clearly and confidently. For example, "My name is Dr. your name." Remember, confidence is key here. You want to project an aura of someone who knows their stuff. And finally, briefly mention your profession and experience. You could say something like, "I'm your profession with number years of experience." This gives the examiner some context and shows that you're proud of your profession. Remember, this introduction is your chance to shine, so make it count. Okay, future OET champions, let's talk about a skill that's more valuable than a scalpel in a surgery active listening. You see, it's not enough to just hear the words. You need to truly listen, understand, and respond appropriately. This might seem like a no-brainer, but trust me, when you're in the hot seat, nerves can make you miss crucial information. So how do you become an active listening ninja? First, pay undivided attention to the examiner. Put those phones away, silence those inner voices, and really focus on what they're saying. Maintain eye contact, don't stare them down though. Nod your head to show you're following along, and use verbal cues like, "Yes, I see," or "Okay" to demonstrate your engagement. Remember, the examiner isn't just there to grill you. They want to see how well you communicate in a healthcare setting. By actively listening, you show them that you're not just waiting for your turn to speak, but that you're genuinely interested in what they have to say. Listen up, future healthcare heroes. When it comes to the OET speaking test, you can't just stroll in there chatting like you're catching up with your buddies at the local coffee shop. This is the big leagues, and it's time to bring out the professional language A-game. Think of it like this, you wouldn't wear scrubs to a job interview, right? Well, using casual language is like wearing those comfy scrubs to your OET speaking test. It just doesn't give the right impression. You need to demonstrate to the examiner that you're fluent in the language of healthcare. So, ditch the slang, the colloquialisms, and the ums and ahs. Instead, embrace clear, concise, and medically accurate terminology. Use those fancy medical terms you learned in school, but make sure you're using them correctly. The goal is to sound professional and knowledgeable, not like you're trying too hard to impress. Alright my friends, let's talk about the art of getting straight to the point. In the OET speaking test, clarity is king and conciseness is queen. You see, examiners have a limited amount of time and they want to hear you demonstrate your communication skills effectively. So, ditch the rambling, the tangents, and the long winding stories that belong in a Charles Dickens novel. Think of your responses like a well-written prescription, clear, concise, and easy to understand. When you're answering a question, get to the heart of the matter quickly. Don't beat around the bush or add unnecessary details. Remember, the examiner is looking for your ability to communicate effectively in a healthcare setting, and that means being able to convey information clearly and succinctly. Practice structuring your responses logically, using transition words like first, second, and finally to guide the listener. And don't be afraid to pause, take a breath, and gather your thoughts before you start speaking. Remember, clarity over chaos. Alright everyone, we've arrived at the final and arguably the most important tip for acing your OET speaking test. Staying calm and confident. I know, easier said than done, right? But trust me, your mindset can make all the difference in the world. When you walk into that examination room, remember, you've got this. You've put in the work, you've practiced, and you're prepared. Now it's time to shine. Take a deep breath, smile, and remind yourself that you're capable and competent. Visualize yourself acing the test, answering questions with confidence and clarity. Remember, confidence is contagious. When you believe in yourself, the examiner will be more likely to believe in you too. So stand tall, make eye contact, and let your knowledge and skills do the talking. Thanks for watching. I hope these tips have given you the confidence boost you need to conquer the OET speaking test. Remember, practice makes perfect, so keep practicing those introductions. Work on your active listening skills, and embrace that professional language. And hey, if you found these tips helpful, don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up, hit that subscribe button for more awesome content, and share it with your fellow healthcare heroes who are also prepping for the OET. Good luck on your OET speaking test. I believe in you. Go out there and make us proud.